Hello, everyone. My name is Thomas Smith. I'm the head of business development at Netcapital. Let's give everyone a few moments here to get settled in. All right. Looks like everyone is able to join. And thank you, everyone who has joined thus far and those who will be coming in. We are very excited for our February 2024 demo day as we have leadership from three fantastic and very exciting companies. Today we are joined by Greg, who is the CEO and founder of Launchcart, Aaron, who is the CEO and founder of Emotion Track, and David, who is the CEO of LI3 Group. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules for joining us today. I've worked with many of you during your process at NetCap. I know how busy you are, so we really appreciate it. And this is going to be a lot of fun. But before we get started, I do want to touch upon just a few housekeeping items. As with all of our companies we host our demo days with, each are actively raising on Netcapital right now. You can invest in any of them by visiting netcapital.com and searching each of these exciting companies. Next, I want to mention that we do want this demo day to be interactive as possible. So please, when asking questions, use the Q&A function and not the chat, but the Q&A when sending questions. It really just helps me stay a little bit more organized, and we'll answer as many of them as we can. And lastly, just covering today's format, each company will be presenting for approximately 5 minutes, followed by a 5-minute Q&A. While these companies are presenting, I will drop each of their investment links in the chat for everyone to view. And then after the three companies present and questions are asked, there will be a 2-minute final thought opportunity for why each company on why investors should consider investing in them today. And with that being said, it's my absolute pleasure to welcome Greg in from Launchcart. Greg, take it away.
All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody here. And I am going to share my screen and dive into a little PowerPoint presentation that I have. And I'm the CEO and founder of Launchcart, and we are changing the game for entrepreneurs globally, and we're creating a new category in the e-commerce space called on-demand e-commerce. And our primary solutions comprise of 3 primary components. Launchcart, our e-commerce SaaS platform, which literally is a competitor or an alternative to Shopify and BigCommerce and WooCommerce. Launch Collective, which encompasses our source and sell marketplace, which is proprietary to us, and I don't believe anyone in the world has exactly what we have. And then incorporating banking as a service to really optimize the banking and the whole transfer of funds to and from. And underneath that, we obviously needed to have a CRM, so we launched and created the Launchcart CRM. And our Launchcart CRM, we have Launch Academy, Launch Ads, which is the artificial intelligence ads platform, and Launch Leads. And they're all designed to support the entrepreneur and the entrepreneur business from A to Z, literally being the last software stack they would need to run their business. We originally launched after doing tens of millions of dollars on Shopify and just wasn't happy with Shopify. And so we launched our Launchcart SaaS in February of 2022, literally as a competitor to Shopify. And you can see the blue check marks versus the red check marks as far as what Launchcart offers out of the gate compared to Shopify, incorporating what we refer to as must-have features and should-have features, all of which Shopify charges extra for. And this basically allows us to speed to market, average order value, increase lifetime value of a customer, all with the platform, what you would need to launch your e-commerce store. And here's just a little bit kind of the traction of what we did. We launched Launchcart in February 2022. Then we created Launch Academy, which is our online e-learning platform, learning management system to help teach people how to make money online. And then, of course, we launched our CRM in July of this year, and then Launch Ads in October of this year, and in November of this year, Launch Leads. And we are getting ready to launch Collective, our source and sell marketplace, next week. And so Launch Collective and the source and sell marketplace is a B2B marketplace that allows brands and manufacturers to list their catalog products for sale to sellers globally, around the globe, and create niche marketplaces, which I'll show that in just a second. So the concept is no matter where you're at in the world, you could create a Launchcart store, connect to the source and sell marketplace, and source products on an on-demand basis, where you don't have to maintain inventory, nor do you have to worry about fulfilling that product and the whole supply side logistics. And this also works with Shopify and other platforms as well. So it's not the marketplace does integrate with all of the major platforms out there. But what we're excited about is this enables us to create what we call niche marketplaces on demand. And to give an example, we don't have a deal with Golf Digest, but just as an example, Golf Digest gets 1.3 million customers a month, right? So they have all the traffic, but they don't have an e-commerce store. And we know golfers buy Adidas and TaylorMade and Ping and Under Armour and Puma and Nike and just to mention a few. And what we're doing is we're working on onboarding those brands into our marketplace. Then we can go to companies like Golf Digest, go, hey, we can create you a store in hours, not weeks, not months, not a long time. Just and click a button, and there's Under Armour. Click a button, there's Ping. Click a button, there's Puma. And literally build entire e-commerce stores for the golf industry, for every golf club in the country, for every country club in the country, with thousands of SKUs in hours. And then the orders route back through the marketplace and then back to the respective brand. And of course, LaunchCart will take a transaction fee on all the transaction volume that goes to this marketplace. And so we can do this with anybody out there. And we call it multi-vendor marketplaces. It's very, very exciting technology. And I kind of want to highlight and hit real quickly on our management team. I'm very fortunate to have some amazing people on my team. Bernd Ullman on the far left was former partners with CE and CEO of Tommy Hilfiger's company called Star Branding, where he did over $4 billion worth of deals. Prior to that, he took Damon John's company, FUBU, from 100 million to 400 million. And he also was responsible for scaling Russell Simmons' company, Fat Farms and Baby Fat, from 80 million to 800 million. Jeff Barnes in the middle, our chief operations officer, is a former Navy guy who ran the nuclear stuff on a submarine, and pretty amazing military background and meticulous to technology. And on the far right, we have the chairman of our board, Percy Master P. Miller, who is known for selling over 100 million albums, but one of the most respected African Americans in the country for entrepreneurship and really, really connected. And then the last couple people I wanted to mention is Bertrand Nocella has been with Google for 16 years. He's one of our advisors in helping us with the UI and what we're doing. And then Chris Shreenak is with Amazon Web Services, and he's working with us on some of our predictive analytics and artificial intelligence that Amazon uses for their predictive analytics for shopping. And at the end of the day, we believe that our platform enables speed, entire collections with the click of a button to LaunchCart stores, payment with our banking as a service. Funds are transferred to the brand manufacturer at the point of sale automatically, eliminating the need for the seller or the entrepreneur to pay those invoices and bills. 3, brand protection. We can lock the titles, description, photos, and prices to protect the brand, and unparalleled data that we can use and leverage to optimize our entire system across the board. So with that, I want to kind of open it up for the Q&A and see if there's any questions that I can answer regarding the overall structure of what LaunchCart is all about.
Really appreciate it, Greg. And, having worked with you now for a number of months, definitely gaining traction going into 2024. And one of the questions is, what can folks expect from LaunchCart in Q1 and Q2 of 2024?
You know what? I'm going to stop sharing. I'm really excited because the fact that we're launching, if you look at the Netcapital site, we talk about creating the source and sell marketplace, but it's finished, it's integrated, it's launched, it's up and running. We already have over 100 brands in the marketplace, billion-dollar brands like Quicksilver and Billabong and Volcom and things like that in the surfboard, skateboard industry. We're going after the golf industry, and we're going to continue to onboard brands into our marketplace and leverage the brands and their catalog of products to enable and empower sellers to source products to sell online and create basically a new distribution channel that did not exist and disrupt the e-commerce platform, the landscape, by this on-demand product sourcing model.
Greg, really appreciate that. And next question is, you can get as specific or keep it high level as you want, but talking about the customers, how many have you added over the last year? And can you talk to us a little bit about the annual interaction with those customers?
Yeah, since we launched our platform in February 2022, we've had over 53,000 people build a store on our platform. So we believe that we really have a great proof of concept on the e-commerce side. And in the last year, I think we've added about 3,500 with literally little to no marketing. And we really haven't had the desire to do a lot of marketing, kind of like build a great product and they will come. That's actually happening. But we were always waiting for this source and sell marketplace to be completed because that is our serviceable addressable market is we're going after the drop shippers, the people that sell on Amazon, eBay, Etsy, and Shopify that rely on sourcing products either from China or from other sources of brands manufacturers on a drop ship basis. And we wanted to kind of get away from the China product drop shipping and get real brands in America and real brands to be able to source products from. And now that we have this done, we'll be marketing like crazy to that serviceable available market, of which about 14 million sellers currently use some form of drop shipping, and letting them know that, hey, you can now drop ship Quicksilver or Billabong or real brands in the golf industry and every other industry we plan on onboarding brands from.
Greg, that's really exciting and unbelievable. And one question that just came in, they noted that you have over 45,000 stores that have been built on the platform since the launch of the MVP. Can you talk about that's a big number? Can you talk about that?
Actually, it's over 53,000 now. So if that's what it says
Wow,
on the crowdfunding page, that means we've had that many increase since we launched on the crowdfunding page. I can't keep up. I don't
that's
really
almost
keep up on that.
7,000. That's great.
Yeah, no, if you Google launch cart reviews, launch cart space reviews, you'll see hundreds of 5-star reviews. You'll see influencers in the e-commerce space talking about how they love our platform and how we are the alternative to, and some might say, the woke Shopify. And Shopify just cut a huge deal with one of the largest e-commerce companies in China. So we have a lot of people that are, hey, we want to work with an American company. We want an easier, better, faster Shopify alternative. And we're really feeling that need. And we believe that we can be a big, big, major player in this e-commerce space where, all of our competitors are tens of billions, if not hundreds of billions market cap. So we're excited about it.
Greg, it's I have a feeling this year is going to be a great year for Launchcard, so we really appreciate you sharing with us, and we'll be back with you shortly.
Thank you.
Eric, why don't you come on in here and tell everyone about the exciting work that you and your team are doing at Emotion Track?
Okay, can you hear me okay?
We can, yep.
All right, let me share my screen so I can set up my presentation. Okay, so I'm Aaron. I'm the founder and CEO of Emotion Track. Thanks for coming out today to listen to 3 great companies that are on Netcapital, and you can obviously see our offering there. So what we have built is an AI-powered platform that delivers actionable insights to understand consumer behavior. And this is used for advertisers in one of our verticals that we market to, and the other market, the market that we market to is attorneys in the legal space. And to simply state what we do is we've created a way, an easy, fast, and affordable way where advertisers can test their ads before they spend money on advertising with real people and get their emotional reaction second by second to what they're watching to those ads. So that could help for Super Bowl ads. Imagine, some of the ads that you see, oh, that wasn't such a great ad. Imagine if they had tested that beforehand, they would have been able to edit the video and make sure it resonated with their audiences. And lawyers are using us as a case strategy tool, almost like a mock jury or a focus group. And they're getting these insights, and we're helping them by delivering data that shows how people are reacting to their stories about their client cases, and then they're able to use that to leverage negotiation, settlement, mediation, and so forth. We have an award-winning solution in both the creative market and in the political market. We have 3 patents issued. I'm going to go through this quickly because I have a video at the end to show. These are all issued and, patents. It's the emotional artificial intelligence market is exploding. Being able to understand how people react by measuring their microfacial expressions, their sentiments, whether they're angry or sad, is an exploding market. People understand the value of the data, and it's just a huge market. And this market is only for emotional AI. We're not even talking about the legal market. So our solution can be used in multiple $100 billion markets. And we have a commercial product, we have clients, and we're starting to chip away one at a time as we can expand based on how much investment capital we have and as we grow the company. To date, we have over 100 clients served. Some notable clients are right here. We have testimonials from our clients. They have satisfactory results that basically interpret into results for their clients. These are meaningful data that are delivered and insights that are actionable and deliver meaningful results, big results sometimes. And we also have it on the creative side as well. We were speaking to a Fortune 100 company that used us, a chocolate brand. I can't mention their name, but they had 4 different advertisements for a new campaign. They were slightly different. They tested all 4 to see which one they were going to actually run a national television commercial. We gave them insights. They ended up taking commercial number 2 and edited from some of the information from commercial number 3. They pieced it together based on our data. And they told us that it was the best performing ad in their history. And they were able to see a 10-point increase on the campaign results. We have a stellar team of people that have been involved in all different walks of life, different industries. Altogether, everybody involved in their career has been involved in well over $20 billion in mergers and acquisitions, and are very excited to be a part of EmotionTrack. We're just getting started out of COVID, and we're already seeing growth and traction. Again, we're in a market where there's either little or no competition. Like Greg had mentioned, it's a new concept for launch cart. We actually also are going into a market where people haven't used a solution like this, so we're educating, we're doing mission work, and we're starting to get some traction, and we're really excited. It's a high margin business. So as soon as this thing is ramping up, this is going to be very profitable, which will mean a great return on investment for our investors. I'm going to play a video now. Let me know, Dave, Thomas, if you can hear the audio, okay?
Yep, Aaron, if you could adjust that, we can't hear it just yet.
You can't hear it? Okay. I got to always figure out how to
I
share
think you need, share, and then click that little button that says share audio.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
There's a toggle button when you do that.
It is not letting me click it. I don't know why. All right. Anyway, you know what? That video is available on the Netcapital offering page in EmotionTrack. It talks about, we have two videos that talk about our legal market and our advertising market. So please go to the Netcapital offering page on EmotionTrack, and they're 2-minute videos. They're eye-opening.
No, really appreciate that, Aaron. And actually, to the legal point, someone asked, because it's a pretty big deal, about the American Bar Association representing 700,000 plus U.S. attorneys, and they voted EmotionTrack as one of the top 5 new technology that were introduced in the legal system. Can you talk about that? That seems to be a big deal.
It is a big deal. I mean, we were at an event where I think there were 15,000 attorneys at this event, and where this award ceremony was held, and people voted for us. And it wasn't just the 15,000. There were any of those 700,000 attorneys were able to dial in or call in or email their votes. So we were there, we presented, we gave a pitch, we told them what we're doing, and we were, like I said, voted in the top 5. It is a big deal.
That's a huge deal. And then next question coming in, if you could really look at, the top 3 priorities of EmotionTrack this year, what does that look like in 2024?
Okay, so it's obviously we're looking to grow revenue. That's really our main focus, and we're getting more traction now. We actually saw our booked order business grow 600% year over year in December and January, for the 2 months, December and January, over the same period last year. So a lot of use of the capital that's going to be coming in is to increase our marketing and sales efforts. In the legal space, lawyers are it's a very one-on-one relationship. You have to call them, you have to meet them at conferences. There's a cost of acquisition there, and developing those relationships. But once you have a relationship, I mean, some of these lawyers, and I can mention one of them, Morgan and Morgan, we've been doing work with their individual attorneys, and they have close to 1,000 attorneys. They just signed on with us for a company-wide pilot program, and if that works out well, I mean, this could make our company value skyrocket.
Yeah. No, and Morgan & Morgan, they're the largest, is it the injury law firm in the country?
They're the largest personal injury law firm, but we also have secured a pilot program with one of the top global civil law firms in the world as well. So we're agnostic to personal injury. We've had criminal attorneys use us. We've had civil. We've had sexual harassment, employment, habitation. The platform could be used for anything.
Got it. No, it's always good when companies are agnostic and can move in a bunch of different areas. So, Aaron, that's great. And then the last question that we have time for right now is 3 people want to know just a little bit more about David, your partner, and his background.
So David actually was an early investor in the company. He started out as CFO. He's not a partner in the company, but then again, all our partners, everyone's a partner because we have many shareholders through our crowdfunding campaign. So I consider everybody a partner. When you invest in EmotionTrack, you become a partner in EmotionTrack. David's background is he came from the world of the small cap business, taking companies public, the micro cap business. He saw a need to help those companies grow by creating these spreadsheets and these strategy documents. So he's been very helpful in our investor relations. And that's how he spends most of our time on investor relations and strategy.
I really appreciate that and diving into those questions, and we'll be back with you shortly.
Wonderful.
And David, my absolute pleasure to bring you in. David is the CEO of LI3 Group. And David, I remember our first conversation that we had, and I was just blown away by the business and how many different areas that you guys are working in. So take it away.
Thank you. Just want to thank first our 2 respected firms here and their CEOs and everybody else for taking the time right now. Hopefully you'll like what we are doing today, and we'll try to share the screen here. Just one sec. Okay. If you see that. Okay. You can hear me well?
Yep, loud and clear.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so we're LI3 Group, and LI3 Group's going to become the first company ever to create a proprietary platform that's going to offer an asset-backed digitized token for being able to take battery metals and rare earth mining projects. We call it the BMX exchange, as you could see, the platform. And basically what you got to look at is with the recent rise in blockchain and digital financing structures out there, we believe that there's really nobody that's been able to do what we're doing. I think we're going to be first to market, according to all that we speak with and some smart money. And what we're doing by putting this together, it's a profound implication really for the mining and metals industry. You could just imagine basically putting together 2 combinations of asset classes, adjoining basically the mining assets backed up by tokens, and have that as a stepping stone to a much broader acceptance worldwide in both businesses. So our BFX platform is basically designed to provide the necessary ecosystem on both asset classes and bring that together. And those mines that are requiring capital that usually are sometimes offed or put on pause, you'll actually be able to have the funding of those projects by digitizing those real world assets and changing the game. So basically the batteries today are more or less a core of all modern life, whether they're smartphones or computers or basically anything wireless is pretty much becoming increasingly necessary as we go into, let's say, as you see the electric vehicle market or clean energy projects or battery projects, there's an emphasis on decarbonization by most Fortune 500 companies. The goal is to get there. It's going to take some time, but for something so vital, the most popular, batteries kind of rely on these metals that are really not available readily. There's a tremendous backlog in supply chain availability. And what we saw is as LI3 is to actually answer that and answer that ever-growing demand on the foreseeable future of how we're going to get these things in hand. So what we're doing basically is we're using blockchain and smart contracts, building our very own global proprietary P2P exchange platform. It's going to be ready in the first half of this 2024. And the BMX platform is based basically on proven blockchain and smart contract technology that provides the necessary transparency, the automation, the security, the regulatory compliance, and the liquidity that investors and institutions are going to need now and in the future. So basically what we've got here now is you're seeing global demand for battery and mineral supply is really way behind. We're 15, 20, 25 years backwards here, and we need to get this to market. So what we're doing is for battery metals like lithium and aluminum, nickel, copper, cobalt, that has to expand at least tenfold to meet the projected critical minerals that have to be met by 2030. This is only 6 years from now. So recent reports that are coming out, whether it's Benchmark Minerals or the EIA, et cetera, whoever, they're saying that there has to be about 384 brand new mines that need to be built to meet that growing demand so you can pick up your cell phone and have it work down the road. So what we're looking at is that these companies right now have to be represented by finance of approximately $800 billion just for those over the next 10 years. So what we've got here, let me move on. By having this access to this capital for the development of the new mines, I'm trying to show you a little bit of a landscape here, who's actually involved. And what we need to do is expand the existing operations or implement new technology that's going to increase that production or actually maybe even reduce the environmental impact. It's a currently very, very big challenge for the mining industry, including the battery metal sector in particular. So our BMX platform, the marketplace, kind of puts it all together. And, as you can see here, we're going to basically look to digitize all aspects of a mining operation, the reserves, the future production, the deliveries that'll come about, and the coinciding revenues that'll give investors what they want based upon their risk tolerance. And the mining operators are going to get the capital they need to. So we're going to do this basically in one swift ecosystem. So the battery metal exchange, we're calling it the BMX, lets you basically personalize all your own investment portfolios. The investors are going to get to choose their project size, the type, the repayment option, the commodity itself, the location or jurisdiction, the risk profile. You're creating that. You're making it custom. So you're doing that from the LI3 single platform. So investors can actually secure and manage every token investment with the operation that they're dealing in and not be involved in either jurisdictions or operations that they do not want to be involved in. So what you'll be able to do is actually create this digital portfolio, so to say, and provide first things a primary market that you could easily list each of the project offerings themselves and onboard these investors globally, create and distribute that digital offering. And we're also going to provide a secondary market that's going to enable, like, say, a peer-to-peer trading, improve the liquidity of those assets for any investor coming in so they're just not stuck inside an investment, and eliminate any counterparty risk in those transactions. So what we're doing basically is allowing our investors to manage their own portfolio, track it, manage it in a digital asset portfolio, monitor those transactions, receive the project updates from the live companies, and be able to actually manage the blockchain identities and compliance, secure those digital assets ownership so nobody's stealing your property, okay? The tokens are equal to, say, to digital shares, right? So you're going to want to go ahead and make sure these things are secure. And for that, we've gotten probably the best groups out there to be partnered up with to date. So how do we make our money? How we're going to make our money is by basically allowing investors to manage their portfolio. They're going to track it, manage it, as I said. And we're going to monitor those transactions. They're going to receive project updates and go ahead and use the, let's say, the blockchain to keep it all in check. Everything is accountable. Everything is immutable. Everything is always done, and you will be able to actually continue creating this funding in a way that you never lose track of how your portfolio reads. You're going to be getting paid as part of the transaction. We're receiving digital tokens as a percentage of each one of the projects. You're also receiving some transaction fees each time that these customers are transacting in the particular token for the particular company. So that's more or less how we've been able to make it so that the customers are secure in what they're investing in and how they make their money. The milestones, though, we've been working with corporate attorneys such as Brown Rudnick since the beginning. They are in charge of all the regulatory compliance matters. We have a collaboration with accounting giant Deloitte and its mining and metals group. And we also have the government agency of mining in Colombia with access to about 800 plus of these licensed mining operators as potential future mining clients. So we've really gotten the back end of how we're going to make this money and the clientele that's coming in. Right now, we're looking to raise $5 million to the crowdfunding after completing just short of $2 million cash from our friends and family round. And, you know, I could tell you that after, let's say, in addition to the mining sector, we have the ability actually to expand to other vertical initiatives, such as, let's say, gaming or real estate, asset sectors, et cetera. Giving you a little bit of a background on us, 26 years on Wall Street, started in '87 at Lehman Brothers in New York. Managed several $100 million, brought a lot of companies public, and invented the SPAC with our team in 1992. Brought out the first dozen SPACs the world ever saw. 22 and a half years ago, started trading physical commodities, whether it's petroleum-based products or mining products, globally with all state-owned and refineries, cement factories, steel mills, et cetera. That went on for about 26 years now. So we've been doing really well with that. That brings a lot of credence, a lot of ability to bring in more clients in addition to Colombia. Jorge Escorbe, he's a dear friend, a veteran, lead investment banker for Bechtel, Hunt Refinery, and several other projects. He's funded probably about 110 solar utility scale projects in the United States alone. We've got Wendell Brown, serial entrepreneur. He is a COO. He served as chairman of LiveOps. He also began Telio, which is a competitor of Skype, acquired by Microsoft. He also started eVoice. Probably all you guys have heard of eVoice. That was a solution to AT&T, MCI, and AOL. It was later on deployed by Google Voice. You might know it now as Google Voice. And that was acquired by AOL Time Warner. They've been collaborating with Google since then. And of course, he also created Walk Softly that was acquired by Cybermedia. So obviously, just needless to say, he knows about exit strategies, to say the least. And then we've got our chairman, Russ Blades. Russ is a genius engineer, mining exec, former chairman of the Canadian Mining Association, and was one of the lead executives for all Barrick Gold, which is the largest gold, silver, platinum mining firm in the world, with over 17 operative projects currently to date. That's pretty much it. That's who we are.
David, really appreciate that overview. And when you hit the Deloitte slide on the workings with them, we had a couple questions come in. So can you expand upon your workings with Deloitte?
Sure. Yeah, so in the case of Deloitte, Deloitte's been working with us now for about, I'm going to say, close to 16 to 18 months. We can only say so much in the conversation here today because we're sort of in a partially of NDA, so let me give you just a general view. Many countries that are developing countries need to go ahead and expand how their payment system works. For example, particularly when they're restructuring their power authorities or their electric bills, how they get paid, how the payment structure gets put, and how the repayment gets created. We're basically able to put monitors as to how much power is being created, going over with metering over to the end user, let's say your home or a business. We can calculate how much electricity has been used, how much that party has to pay, how that person will be billed, and how the recipient of that bill will be able to pay back the power authority or the government in those cases. For example, we're doing the first project with South Africa. We're using Eskom as the power company. That will be the first project with. After that project goes, which is our pilot project, we will then expand to all developing nations, about 50 of them.
It's exciting, David, and I know that when we spoke over the summer, things were starting to gain traction. It sounds like it still is, which is fantastic. And I know a lot of stuff. And the next question is about the 10 international partners. What can you expand upon with that? I know there's a lot that can't be talked about right now, but can you share anything about?
Okay.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, sure. So not only do we have, the behemoth of the entire Agency of Mining of Colombia, but we also have already signed 10 coal and nickel mines in Indonesia that are willing to be tokenized and digitized by their assets and their reserves, as well as their royalty agreements, which are the future revenues that they're going to have in contracts, as well as their streaming agreements, which is the future production of the nickel or the coal that's going to be delivered to those clients. So in our case, we can actually tokenize all that, and we're just waiting now at the final end over this first half of 2024. We should have the platform up and running and live, and we will then bring in to not only create the 10 Indonesian mining operations to become the first set of each individual token. We will have the rest of the 800 in Colombia and others that are being referred to us on a weekly basis, more or less.
It's fantastic, David, and I know that Colombia, it's such a big market down there, so I think it's going to be really interesting to see, and I think exciting for a lot of folks how that develops over the year and then years to come. And with that, David, why don't you take it away? We're going to wrap up here, but folks on that are live with us today that are thinking about investing in LI3 Group, as well as the hundreds, if not thousands, of people that will hear this after we get off today, investing in LI3 Group. 2 minutes, why someone should consider investing.
Yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet. I mean, look, at the end of the day, we're the first to market in this. Nobody's ever done this before. So we're kind of revolutionizing, project finance. It's something that's been so antiquated for so many years. And, we have that solution pretty much globally with the technology. We're also about to partner with two big behemoths in the industry of blockchain, particularly Tokeny and Fireblocks, which are the leaders in their sector. These are companies that have been digitizing over $4 trillion of assets around the world already. They're being used by all the major banks, BNP Paribas, Franklin Templeton Investments, ABN AMRO, Wisdom Tree. These are some of the partners that they're working alongside with. They're going to look to be partnering up with us. We're looking to have the ink dry next week, and our platform should be up and running. There's been a lot of investments with our partners already in place, and we're looking to really expand and bring this thing to market out to starting off with the mining industry and then expanding into the other sectors. So hopefully you'll come with us in our journey and you guys will find it interesting. Obviously, you see our YouTube, page as well at LI3 Group, and go onto our website, li3group.com.
Really appreciate it, David, and thank you so much for being with us today. Aaron, Emotion Track, why folks should consider investing in your exciting business.
Absolutely, Thomas. So firstly, we've been in the AI space for 5 years now. AI is hype now, but it's certainly, a growing market and there's a big opportunity there. So we really got in early and we're making changes and we're evolving to address all the generative AI opportunities that are out there in reporting our insights. But most importantly, as David also said, we've been first to market in the legal sector. So I'll just talk about the legal for a few seconds here. It's a huge opportunity. We've identified there are 100 million legal cases every single year in the United States. And not all of them are going to go to trial, and a lot of them are going to be settled. But even then, we identify that our solution would be worth a total addressable market of well over $70 billion. And without getting into all the minutia, the bottom line is that legal technology companies, if you go online and you Google and you research, some of these deals are being done at 30 times, 40 times, 50 and 60 times revenue. So the bottom line is, where our valuation is today, we can considerably see it much higher as we scale this business. And then, of course, there's the whole advertising side of the business, and that's a whole nother animal. So you should come with us on our journey, and we look forward to welcoming you as a partner in the EmotionTrack family.
Aaron, really appreciate that, and having seen the company evolve over the years, and you've been a friend to Netcapital. It's we're excited for where things are trending. So congratulations on your success thus far. And Greg,
Thank you, Thomas.
bring it home. LaunchCart, working in so many different areas, has accomplished so much so far. Why folks could consider investing in your business.
No, I appreciate it, and thanks, and everyone listening this long. Bottom line is that there's about 500,000 new businesses created every single month in the United States of America, and that's not globally, that's just the United States of America. And every single one of those needs a digital marketing platform to manage their business on. So with LaunchCart CRM, we can meet those needs, and a large percentage of those need an e-commerce platform. So the fact that we have this total tech stack to basically help them run and build their business, no matter what they're in, is a great transition. That's partly one that I think is going to be our foundation for our ARR and our MRR to grow and to give us a great multiple. But the real big unicorn upside is with our source and sell marketplace, where we're literally, in one way, we're competing against Amazon and Walmart and these big conglomerates. And then on the other side, you got the Alibaba and the drop shipping from China. And you think about Shopify meets Amazon meets Alibaba, and we put something together that's going to give the protection for real brands to get in the direct-to-consumer space, and then empowering entrepreneurs to basically create a business and have product extension for their existing e-commerce business, or to start a new business selling stuff online. And I like a case study and a story. We just onboarded one of the world's largest, or America's largest, American-made flag manufacturer. He says, most of my competitors make American flags in China. I'm like, that's just not right. So we onboard him into our marketplace, and now we believe we can add over 1,000 sellers to sell his flags from their websites with this new model, and give him a wholesale distribution channel he did not have. So every business that already has a wholesale distribution channel, we can optimize that, make it efficient and easy for them. And we can also help people launch multi-vendor marketplace stores like never before. And we give the brand the protection they need to get in this direct consumer space. We think we're going to disrupt e-commerce globally.
Greg, and we can hear it in your voice with how exciting the marketplace is that LaunchCart's in. And we really appreciate you being with us today. I know from working with you from the beginning how busy you are. And it's just 2024. We're excited to see where things go. So thank you. And with that, I want to thank everyone who joined us today for our February 2024 demo day. In particular, I want to thank David, Greg, Aaron. I marvel when I sit here and think about when we first had conversations, and then you guys onboarding with Netcapital. Few months going by, raising capital, and seeing where you are today. And I just want to say congratulations. We wish you the best in 2024, and thank you everyone for joining us. And we hope everyone has a great rest of the week. Thanks, guys.
Everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.